And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, rock cod Rick Maxa, live at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Long Beach, California. The final day of Fred Hall, and what a great show. 71st year, fantastic event, and looking forward to today. Full day today, starting at 10 a.m., going to 7 p.m. tonight. And still lots of deals and lots of great things to see.
I mean, everything to see. Boats and tackle and gear and trips and information and, and product and manufacturers. It's all here. If you participate in the sport of fishing, everything is here. From the hooks to the lines to the sinkers to the places to go and the boats to get you there and the trucks to pull them with. Yep. Everything is available at Fred Hall Show.
Yeah. Did you see that new Ford Super Duty in the show?
Once again, no. And I've been all over
right
the show.
Next to the West Coast Marine Parkers. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
See, and there you go. There yet again. I got to see the Parkers, and they're right next door, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. A lot of, I want to count, Bart. How many boats are in the show? I mean,
I don't know.
It's got to be over. Is it 100? 150?
Boats take up a lot of room. I don't think it's that many.
No.
Like I say, it's acres. It is acres.
Yeah, acres of boats.
I suppose I should count them. I'll try to do that today. But but the problem is they're not. The sports arena is all boats, and the lobby is mostly boats, and then they're spread out throughout the main body of the show. So.
Yeah. The big thing I want to see is that little Hookup. That's the one thing I haven't seen. You said it's over by Turner's, right?
Yeah, I went on it yesterday.
Okay, what do you think?
It's a really solid. It's a fishing boat.
Okay,
it's
a fishing boat, and it's one of those boats that you can go into rough weather with and feel very comfortable. It's really bigger than it looks from the outside.
And Seth Bone from Kingfisher wanted to go over there and check that thing out because he says, that could be my next boat in the fleet there.
That's an Alaska boat for sure.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Solid, yeah.
Solid
beautiful. And, of course, Cussler Yachts, they have that regulator
that regulator's like
that's no slouch, right?
No, but that's for...
No slouch. It's like the nicest center console ever.
But, that's our normal kind of boat down here. It's the other one's like way...
Yeah.
It's overbuilt.
It's like a Super Duty.
Yeah.
It's like a Ford Super Duty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. Great show. We have a great panel of judges, including Bart Hall. We have Wayne from CCA. We have our great friend Josh from Mammoth Lakes. And, of course, from Katmai Lodge on the Alagnak River in Alaska, we have Jeff Topp. So lots of fun, lots of questions. We have a great group of people here at our audience giving away a lot of good stuff. And time to get in and some phone calls too, right, Rick?
You got it, man. And again, if you want to join us on the phones this morning, there's two ways that you can do that. And first is with our local line. The local number is 858 area code 457 1090. Again, 858-457-1090. Or call us toll-free. That toll-free number is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only talking fishing, talking travel, talking Fred Hall Show, we're also giving away a great prize for one lucky person who steps up to the microphone in our live audience right here at the Hyatt in Long Beach. You're going to get an opportunity to win a brand new pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, just the best glasses on the water. It's the Spartan Reefs, one of the most popular fishing styles. It's the Marlin frame with that great bronze HCl lens material, the super thin glass. It's a great, great pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, and that's going to one person who steps up to the microphone this morning. In addition to that, if you get a hold of us on the phone, 858-457-1090, somebody's going to get 2 tickets to go check out the Fred Hall Show when it comes on down to Del Mar.
Yeah, indeed. And the dates on that, Bart?
That would be March 23rd to the 26th.
All right, very good. At the Del Mar Fairgrounds, indeed, which is just there, kind of northern central San Diego there. And it's going to be a fun show, too. We always enjoy that very, very much. All right, Dawn in Woodland Hills is here at the Hyatt. Thanks for joining us again, Don. We sure appreciate your support here, coming by.
What's up, Don?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for the opportunity. Jeff, never been to your location. Heard lots about it through Pete and Rick. and was wondering what you might have available for, someone that may travel just by themselves. And then also if you could let me know what's the difference between the 5 different species of salmon that someone might catch.
As far as first thing I'd like to say is that smoked salmon is amazing.
Yeah, we told you.
I've eaten a lot of smoked salmon in my life, and he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
As far as a single traveler, we don't do a deal with a single traveler where we upcharge you. You just have to understand that if there's another single and we're light on guides, that you may have to pair up. If we have a guide available, that you're likely to fish alone unless you meet somebody you want to fish with. We're more times than not, it usually ends up where you can fish with your guide for the week. It'd be the 2 of you. But what really happens a lot of times, too, guys, is you meet there's another single up there, there's a group, a couple, and that you get on with, you're having a good time with, and you end up fishing around them, with them. You're not like we take you off in the middle of nowhere and you never see anybody else the rest of the week. It's a killer place to meet people, do cool things, but we don't. Like some places, they'll upcharge you for a single in their own boat, and we don't really do any of that. But there's a chance when you come to our lodge you could get paired up with another single.
That'd be fine.
But
I love fishing with new people.
Yeah, and the cool thing too about Katmai is it's so big. They used to take 60, 65 people in the
88.
day. 88 people, and the maximum load now is like
25.
25.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's a lot of rooms. There's a lot of rooms. So
know,
likely you're going to have your own room.
Yeah, and pretty much sure you would.
Yeah.
We're not going to, we usually don't bunk you up, really.
Yeah.
We don't have to anymore.
Yeah. I can tell you that since Robert has taken it over, the quality has gone up immensely from what it was before, right? You were there before, and now, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I've been there 20 years now probably, and I've seen all the owners that have ever had the lodge, and I'll tell you what they've done with the rooms and the lodging and the kitchen and the main lodge and the dining facility.
And the food.
Yeah, for sure, but just the upgrades and the up-to-dating it, they've done an amazing job.
Yes. Cool. Yeah.
The food is it's first-class Alaska chow out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, there's cool.
Yeah. And then to get to does that answer that one for you?
That question, yeah.
And what was the 5 species thing?
Yeah, what's the difference for someone who doesn't know a lot about salmon?
Well, they're all real similar as far as they all migrate. They all migrate the same. They go into a river, have to be in a river to spawn, all 5. The major difference would be the size, the texture of the fillet, and beyond that would be the style you use to catch them. Our sockeyes would be a 6 to 8 pound fish, and our kings could be as big as 68 pounds. You know what I mean? And that would be a giant. But the biggest difference is the size. And the style of fishing we fish for them is all different as well. So it's kind of, the sockeye is a real red, rich meat. And then you go all the way to the dog or the chum salmon. It's a real pale meat. And they all fight different. They all fish different. We use different methods. But the major difference, I'd say, would be size.
Very good.
Does that help you out?
Yep. Sure
Cool.
did. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Don.
Doug from Montebello is here. First time caller to Let's Talk Hookup, right?
What's up, Doug?
I got 2 questions here. One for Bart. What do you got for the non-fisher person at the show? And 2 for anybody here. They trying to overturn the MLPA because when I go surf fishing, I don't see no kids out there fishing. So is there any way to get the kids out there to go fishing?
What do we have? Okay, well, first of all, we always joke about this. You can bring your wife or your girlfriend flowers, or you can bring your wife or your girlfriend candy, and she'll really appreciate it. But if you go visit John Petty, the custom jeweler to the fisherman, you're guaranteed to be very happy.
And is there a nicer guy in the universe than John Petty?
John. He has all this great jewelry over there, and some of it's fishing related, some of it isn't. There's all that. And then, of course, the idea is to come and have a good time. So if you don't fish at all, you can go out to Progressive Lumberjack Show out there, the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show. Watch the Paul Bunyan Lumberjack Show, then walk right across 20 yards away to the Ram Ultimate Air Dogs and watch the dogs jumping. Then you can watch the Great American Duck Races, and you watch those. There are literally hundreds of people stacked around the the Great American Duck Races, watching kids race ducks because it's really fun. Then you go up to the Mammoth Lakes Kids Fish Free Trout Pond, the same thing. And the kids are casting out there, and people watch them with casting in the city. There's archery.
Catching live trout.
Live trout. And then go by the Avika soft air range. They have a whole thing of lights set up, and if you hit them, it goes off. And there's people lined up in chairs watching these soft air contests going on, people going crazy. The BB gun range down by Turner's is absolutely fantastic. They've set up these blow-up ranges where the kids go in, they go in with their parents, and they're in there. It's just a lot of fun. Of course, there's over 400 seminars going on. There's Coast This Morning Chef Cafe. You go over there, you can sit there, and Scott Layseth will teach you how to cook fish and game, and he'll give you samples. When he's done, Yanni will come out, and he'll talk to you about stuff, and then Tommy Gomes will show you how to fillet a fish, and then later on, Tiffany Vague will come and show you how to fillet a fish. Or go over down to the lagoon, get on a Hobie kayak, and test it out. Their new reverse and forward, it's all, or you can go on the Eclipse down there. It's a pedal drive, stand-up paddleboard. So, yeah, you don't have to fish to have a great time here.
Yeah, and how much does it cost for kids to get into the show?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's free.
It's free. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Doug, for coming down.
Doug.
Appreciate that. Blair from Fresno is here. Blair's going to be driving right by Bakersfield. You going to the Bakersfield show?
Not going to Bakersfield. My son's actually working the Daiwa booth in Bakersfield. So,
Okay. All right, nice.
For Wayne, fish commercial operation and a six-pack boat out of Santa Cruz. What does CCA do for us Northern California anglers?
We're trying to keep the fishing open for all you guys, and we're trying to help make sure that the gear is the right gear to save our resources. And we're helping out, all around to make sure that we have a sustainable sport. Our goal is to make sure that there's the right amount of fish open and available to all of us anglers, whether you're commercial or recreational. We want to make sure that the right gear is used so that we don't have that overtake situation anymore. We were helping to keep the National Marine Sanctuaries out of the Central Coast. Those are the types of things that we're going to keep working on, and we want to work with the commercial guys up and down the coast because we want you to fish just like we want to fish. It's all one resource in the eyes of the agencies, whether that's with NOAA or National Marine Fisheries or with the Department of Fish and Wildlife or our Fish and Game Commission. It's one resource for all of us, and it's allocated down. So when they put up a quota, it's an overall catch, and then it gets distributed down. So between us, whether it's commercial, recreational, or the tribes, it's one total quota. So we all have to work together. It's not just us or them anymore. And then we all, whether it's CCA, we want to make sure that we encompass not just the hook and line guys, but the kayakers, the divers, the spear fishermen. All of us need to work together. And we have to be one force, one voice when it comes up against all of the other groups that are trying to shut it down. Understand this. The other groups on the extreme side want to turn our ocean into an aquarium. They want to kick us out. And we want to keep it open because it belongs to all of us.
Hey, Wayne, talk once again about this red rum drawing because Wayne, what happened was Wayne came in this morning. It's like, hey, people aren't taking advantage of this red rum drawing for $20. You can win a $5,000 trip that's going to be given away tonight. It's today. Talk about that once again.
Yeah, this is a tremendous offer. We have a show special. It's only tickets sold at the Fred Hall Show Special. It is available at all three of our CCA booths. Actually, we got somebody in the audience that can sell you the tickets. Janice is right back there. She's got the tickets in with it for us. The trip is this. It's a trip to Cabo, right? 6 people. You and 5 of your friends. It's 5 days, 4 nights, 2 days of fishing on the 33-foot red rum vessel, and the condo is included. And it's a $20 raffle ticket, and we will draw that name at the end of the show. Today. On top of that, there's a daily drawing. There's been a daily drawing every day. Tonight there's also one, and there'll be a real drawing on top of that. So there's 2 chances to win.
Pretty good. Well, very good. Hey, Janice in San Clemente. Janice, are you around here?
Janice is selling our tickets.
Oh, she's selling the tickets. All right. She's going to deluge there with ticket sales. But Janice had a question about golden trout.
Yeah, I'd like to go up into the Sierras and catch the golden trout. where's a good area that I can walk to, or do I have to go on a pack horse for them?
Good question.
Very good question. Yeah. For the golden trout, there are a couple locations up high. You've got Crystal Lake, which is going to be at the base of Crystal Lake. It does require about 1.5 mile hike. So if you want to go up there, there are golden trout up at Crystal Lake. And if you want to make your way up to Laurel Lake, it is a bit of a trek. In case you have a 4x4 and high clearance in the vehicle, you're able to get up there. It's about a 6-mile drive up there to Laurel Lakes. Massive golden trout. I mean, I was on a paddleboard one time, and I was looking down at 14 to 16-inch golden trout.
Golden trout?
Golden trout. I mean, they are big. But most of the lakes, I mean, if you want to go catch golden trout, you've got to hike. You've got to work to get to them. You've got to get above 9,000, 10,000 feet to really hook into a golden trout.
Wow, fantastic. Good question. Thanks a lot
Great
for the
question.
call this morning. Let's jump in the phones, Rick.
All right, well, with that, why don't we find out what's going on the water? To find out, we got our man, our fishdope.com reporter, Dave Hansen, is standing by. He's your saltwater guide. And today, Catch Report is sponsored by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. And here at the Fred Hall Show, you can get some of the best prices of the year at Gamakatsu. They're running a really cool special. You buy a certain amount of dollars in Gamakatsu hooks, take it to the Gamakatsu booth, and they'll get you a box that you can put your hooks into, like a nice little hook box.
It's really cool.
Or you can also get a Gamakatsu hat. All kinds of good deals, and that's on top of the highly discounted prices. We've been flying through Gamakatsu, I know, at our booth, as I'm sure all the others are that are carrying Gamakatsu. It's been a great hook, and it's a perfect time to stock up on your Gamakatsu. And let's talk to the man, Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide, has got our fishdope.com report. Good morning, Dave.
Well, good morning, guys. Good morning. I don't know if you guys watched what happened last night, but right after I got done speaking, I took off and went hooping with some guys up in Marina Del Rey, and we had a phenomenal night. We had 18 lobsters. Average weight was about 4 pounds, and we got a nice 10-pound lobster last night. It was pretty
nice. There's a day.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I did 2 seminars yesterday. I sat and talked to Pete for a little while there in the booth, and then I jumped in my car and drove up to Marina Del Rey, got there right at sunset, and we went out there and did a number on the lobsters. So there's still lobsters to catch, guys. But then all this week, the opening of Fred Hall Show was also the opening of rock cod season. And everybody took advantage of the fishing that was not at the show. Rock fishing was very, very good. I had a couple of very good mornings there, Wednesday and Thursday morning. I was out with some clients before the show. We had excellent rockfish fishing down there at Dana Point. And as you look up and down the coast, everybody's getting pretty good bites on that rockfish. And there's been some yellows over at Catalina. There's been some yellows over at San Clemente Island caught. That yellowtail bit again down off of Colonette yesterday. Once again, like I say, every week, there's absolutely no reason to not go fishing. If you're not fishing, I don't know what you could possibly be doing.
Yeah, no kidding. And fishdope.com, they're here at the show. Special offers at the Fish Dope and BD Outdoors booth. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code Hookup now. Just go to the booth, tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup. They'll set you up. And Dave, how do we get a hold of you?
Well, there's a couple different ways, guys. You can look me up on the web at yoursaltwaterguide.com, or you can give me a call at 949-374-0786. I have one last seminar today at 5 o'clock at the Accurate Aquarium back there in the back corner, and I still have a ton of stuff to give away, so this will be the seminar to come to today. So, guys, please come to the Fred Hall Show. Come see Wayne. Take advantage of that CCA. We need everyone's help in the CCA. You guys have to be a part of this. If you're not a part of the solution, so you cannot complain about what's going on if you're not a part of it.
No kidding. All right, Dave, thanks a lot for that. We'll see you at the show, and great lobster report. Save me a couple, huh? Thanks a lot for the call.
I'm looking for that extra one. What color is an extra lobster?
Yeah, the extra lobster. Yeah. All right, Dave, thanks.
Well, let's jump in the phones. They're definitely getting packed up. And again, if you want to get through, 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. Let's talk to Lou, who's calling us from Fullerton this morning. Good morning, Lou. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, it's been a wonderful 4 days, going on 5, and I think we're just as beat as you guys. And it's been a show. I haven't seen it all, but I'm gonna try and get the last piece today. And then get a good rest.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm as tired as you are, Pete. Rick.
That's for sure, Lou.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Chelsea from Dana Landing in Mission Bay. That's right, it's showtime again, and the Dana Landing booth at this year's Fred Hall show is the biggest ever. Actually, 5 factory booths in one. That means 5 times the selection and savings just for you. Let's start with Maui Gem. Over 300 styles of Maui Gem sunglasses, including the new blue Hawaii lens. Sandro from Wicked Tuna's Tuna.com will be hanging out in the Dana Landing Maui Gem booth too. Fishworks Clothing will also be in the Dana Landing booth. Come by and see the latest from Lawrence and the Fishworks crew. And if you're looking for a new pair of sandals or shoes, Olukai will have over 60 styles of men and women's footwear for sale. Grunin's will also be a part of the Dana Landing booth with all the foul weather gear for men and women that made Grunin's famous. Salty Crew will be there as well with their popular shirts, shorts, and hats. The Dana Landing booth will have it all for the saltwater guy and gal at the Fred Hall show, so don't miss it.
Are you feeling that itch to get out on the water? Come fishing on the American Angler and reacquaint yourself with some familiar faces and make new friends. Captain owners Brian Kiyohara and Sam Patella take pride in every aspect of the American Angler operation, from their loyal and trusted crew to the sashimi-grade fresh fish you'll take home. It's easy to find a vacation that fits your schedule. We have everything from day and a half to 10-day trips and longer. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. We want you to become a part of the American Angler family.
It's Fred Hall showtime, and Fisherman's Landing Tackle has the best selection and the hottest deals in the show. Hi, this is Doug Kern. The huge Fisherman's Landing Tackle booth is a must-see this year, and the deals will be unmatched. Check out the most complete selection of Costa sunglasses ever. This is your chance to find the perfect pair of Costas, and when you buy at the show, receive a free gift. Everyone knows that Costa has the best eyewear for fishermen, and you can see them all at Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Come visit our greatest booth ever, Fisherman's Landing Tackle, a must-see at this year's Fred Hall show.
Yamaha's Choose Reliability sales event is on. For a limited time, purchase a new select eligible 2.5 to 300 horsepower 4-stroke outboard and receive either 2 free years of Yamaha extended service coverage or up to $1,500 in dealer credit. Reliability starts here. Yamaha. Offer ends March 31st, 2017. Subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. Choice offered to Florida residents is a 24-month Yamaha limited warranty. See authorized participating Yamaha Ford dealers for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
RF 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Aztecs.
Put that slam dunk. That's what I'm talking about.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. We're live here at the Hyatt Regency in Long Beach. The final day of the Fred Hall show in Long Beach is going down today.
Indeed, here in Austin in Westminster, another one that we've watched grow up in front of our eyes here. Good morning, Austin.
What's up, Austin?
The usual daylight savings start time?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Next year. Wait for that next year.
Yeah. I didn't miss it. All right,
Yeah.
So Jeff, what kind of activities are available at Katmai for the non-fishing angler? Obviously, I like to be dropping the line, but what about somebody who's with me that wouldn't like to drop a line?
We have quite a few options. I mean, we're definitely a fishing-based lodge. You know, we do a lot of that, but we do a lot of flight seeing, flying you around in the mountains, checking out the glaciers, there's an area around that's called the Land of 10,000 Smokes. And the natives, they named it that during the volcanic eruption of the Iliamna volcano, and it's called Crater Lake now, and that's a beautiful flight. We have, around the lodge, we have a full-service fly tying area. Umpqua Feather Merchants takes care of us on that. So you can go in at night after fishing, or if you only want to fish a half a day, and there'll be a guide in there every evening helping people tie flies, showing, teaching how. We have horseshoe pits, volleyball nets, bocce ball. There's a little bit of hiking around, but I would say you wouldn't come there to hike, but there's a little bit of hiking out on the runway. But other than that, we got the beautiful main lodge. We got videos playing. There's, everything from books to games to poker to darts, all kinds of stuff around the lodge.
And then if you go during the time of the year that we go in July, you can fly out to Brooks Falls, which is where all the National Geographic basically seen there, right?
Yeah, good call, Pete. That one slipped my mind. That's probably the most important one, actually. We get to go. We're lucky enough people to be close enough to Brooks Falls. And if you've ever seen any of the National Geographic bears catching fish in their mouth standing at the falls, that's where all of that video footage was shot.
And that's 20 minutes from the lodge.
Yeah, it's not even a half an hour, no question. Yeah. And it's an easy flight. It's a fun day. We usually do it a half-a-day trip, and then you come back to the lodge for the other half a day and go fishing.
That's so rad.
It's pretty cool.
So you get to go watch the bears catch fish out of the air in the morning, and then you got to go catch a bunch of salmon in the afternoon. It's pretty tough life up there,
Cool. Pretty awesome.
And I'll tell you what, I've always had, every new group I have, I always try and talk them into going to Brooks, because I try and go once a year.
Yeah.
That's how cool it is. I've probably been there 15, 16 times, and I never get tired of it. Those bears are amazing. It's safe. It's a safe place to go and stand and really get to see the way grizzly bears react in the wild.
They don't care about you. They don't care about anything other than getting that salmon.
They don't bother with you. They
That's
couldn't
so
care
cool.
less. They just want to go get their fish. And the cool part about that Brooks area, too, is we fly in there. It's real easy to get into. And it's not a long walk, a bit of a walk, but not a long walk. And you're standing there, and you're literally on a raised platform overlooking what is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in nature. Millions of sockeye salmon and bears just getting fat on them.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool.
Lots of bears.
Man. Yeah, it's a good time over there.
Pretty neat place indeed. Hey, Michael Schweit is on the line from the Federation of Fly Fishers. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, and I have to tell you guys, you've gotten me in so much trouble from being on your show now and talking with you guys, because I get out there and I'm fishing with a fly, and, I'm on a stream and it's real quiet, and I hook a trout on a dry fly, and I go, hook up! I get myself in such trouble with you.
Well, that's a good thing, Michael. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
So, Federation is here, and fly fishing is strong at the Fred Hall show today, right?
Yeah, we've got a booth down there, and we've got a casting pond outside. If somebody wants to take a casting lesson, we've got a guy down there, a good friend of mine who's a certified casting instructor, giving lessons between 1 and 4 for free. So whether you're experienced or you have no experience at all, you can get the guys out there and teach them. Maybe Rick will come by the booth, and we'll work on his casting. And I think one of the most exciting things, too, that I put out there, which is kind of a non-fishing thing, but it kind of speaks to the thing that we've talked about before, is getting kids involved in fishing in general and just in the outdoors. And we have a big Trout in the Classroom exhibit there that we partner with Department of Fish and Wildlife, and it's a program that we put on in schools that kids can raise trout and release them into the wild.
Fantastic, yeah, and Federation does a lot of great stuff in basically waving the fly fishing flag here in Southern California.
Correct. So one of the things we do, if anybody wants to, and especially I was going to say at this time of year, in the springtime we have a lot of clubs that are now teaching fly fishing this time of year. So if you come by the booth, we've got brochures on all the clubs, and our clubs are from San Luis Obispo to San Diego and out to Las Vegas and Carson City. So there's somebody in your area that can teach you how to fly fish.
So go by and see the Federation guys. Where is it on the show, Bart?
We are. Bart's there. Hi, Bart.
Go ahead, Michael. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? It's 1916 to 1917.
Okay, which is back by the Dr. Allen's saltwater pond.
By the Hobie Seminar Theater. And Michael Schweit is one of the great proponents and of fly fishing, and sometimes fly fishermen can be snooty and not very approachable, and that is not Michael. He's in there. He loves to fish, and he's a great guy, and we wish we had more people like Michael in the fly fishing industry.
No doubt about it. Michael is a great flag waver for the industry, and Michael, thank you for doing that. We sure need you and need people to understand fly fishing is fun. It's a great time. Thanks a lot for joining us this morning.
We'll see you
at the show.
Thank you, guys.
All right, for sure. Thanks. Brian from Westminster. Brian is here at the Hyatt Regency Fred Hall show.
So, Brad.
Thanks, Brian.
I got a Mammoth question. How many fishable lakes are in the Mammoth Lakes area, and what's your favorite one to fish at?
Great question. So, in the Mammoth Lakes Basin, we've got about 6 lakes. We've got Twin Lakes, we've got Lower and Upper. We've got Lake Mary, we've got Lake George, we've got Lake Mamie, we've got Horseshoe Lake, which many people don't really know that you can actually fish horseshoe, but there are little brookies. So if you're looking to learn how to fly fish, it's actually a great area to do that. It's wide open, no trees behind you. And then up higher, you've got Lake George at about 9,000 feet. So you got 6 lakes in the Mammoth Lakes Basin area, but then you've got lakes just above all of those lakes that are funneling into the lower lakes, and you got lakes above those lakes. So it really comes down to how far you want to hike to get back into those deeper lakes. And then we've got Convict Lake just down the road, about 15 minutes. We've got Crowley, about 20 minutes down the road from Mammoth Lakes. Incredible trout fishery.
A lot of options.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's endless.
Yeah.
And as far as your question, my favorite, if I'm going to fish the Mammoth Lakes Basin area, I'm going to go to Lake George. Like I said, I'm going to go to that back rock, fish off of the rock. It drops off about 60 feet from that rock there.
How do you get to the rock?
You got to hike around to the backside of the lake. You can actually hike around the eastern shore.
Okay.
Yep. And if I'm going to go outside of Mammoth Lakes proper, I'm going to go to Crowley. Last year I had an incredible day with a guide on Crowley that just blew my mind. I went out with my dad, first time fly fishing, and it was an incredible day.
Yeah, Crowley's crazy fishing.
It's
really good.
is.
And really fun to fish from a float tube, too, right?
Fun to fish from a float tube, and you can't beat the views. I mean, you're looking at the Eastern Sierra right in front of you, and those views are just breathtaking.
Yeah,
That's
indeed.
cool.
All right. Thanks for joining us here. Mike from El Cajon is here. Mike, thanks for joining us here at the Hyatt Regency.
What's up, Mike?
Great show every week. I got a question for Wayne. He touched on this. Maybe you can expand on it. So why is it so important that everybody join CCA, and what specifically is CCA doing to help reverse these MLPA closures?
That's a great question. So specifically, the MPAs right now are under a study. They just got baselined, and there's for the southern zone, there are meetings coming up from the 20th through the 24th up and down the coast, from Santa Barbara to San Diego. Right now, that's just the baseline. So after that, they're going to have to then go review them over time to let us know what's happened, good or bad. That then will then let them know or tell us whether or not they're effective or not. At this time, they're using the term adaptive management as the term to say, what do we do with those MPAs over time? At this time, your current Fish and Game Commission is saying they're not going to open them up. But under adaptive management, technically, good news could open them back up if we fight hard enough for it. And if they don't work, then we'll have to come up with other ways of, figuring out what's wrong with those areas. But, it's us fighting over time to go and try to change their minds on why those should be opened up back to us if the resources are fine and the environment in those areas are fine. But at this point, the areas that are closed until we can fight to get them reopened up. I never say that anything's going to happen forever, because anybody can get something changed one way or the other. It's all of us working together to get in there to do that, right?
As an organization, how were the ways that one would have? I mean, do we try to provide our own science to rebuke what they had? Do we just take their science and analyze it and say, well, look, you said there was this many fish when it started, now there's this many fish here. That means that we should do this or that. I mean, what are some of the game plans that are on the horizon?
It's more than just the fish biomass that's going to help us on the review. Because it's the total environment of the zone. Is the kelp bed doing well? Are all the other crustaceans doing well? The invertebrates doing well? Are the fish doing well? Mm-hmm. It's all of those things combined. And it's telling the story of what part of it is truly just the environment doing its paces, right? The warm water and all of that. Mother Nature taking its course. The part that we affect would be more of the acidification issue, which is more not anything to do with the fishermen, has everything to do with our runoff coming from our sewer system, right? Running straight into the ocean. We can't affect that as fishermen, and we shouldn't be held accountable to it. But all of us together can work to help fix that, because we all want clean water, and we all should expect clean water. So those are the kinds of things where we can work together with everybody, and everybody should work with us, because we want the same result. We all want clean water. We want good fishing. We want a good environment. And over time, I really do believe that we can fight to get these areas opened up over time, because we'll prove that we are the conservationists. The fishermen and the hunters of this world started conservation, and we're the ones that have been fighting to make sure that we have a future for our sport, that we have sustainability. We want good environment. We want good fishing. We want to make sure the resources are always there for all of us, for our future, for the kids. And that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to fight for it.
Thanks very much for coming down. Appreciate that.
And one more thing there. You might ask, why are they getting a baseline 5 years after they got started? Should the damn baseline been there first? Okay, well, the thing is, they don't have the money. They don't have the resources to do the science. So we are looking, CCA is looking to find partners to do science with them, and they're listening to CCA. And that's why we all need to be a part of it. We need more voices. The more voices we have, the more they will listen.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. All right, let's bring up Hannah. Hannah, you're up, Hannah. Thanks for coming out to the show again.
Hey, Hannah.
Okay, so given that I have outfished my dad every species of salmon that
Yeah.
we've gone for, what tactics would you recommend for sockeye salmon?
Jeff, Sockeye World up there in Katmai.
We pretty much fly fish for our sockeyes.
Okay.
We fish a light sinking line, about a 15-pound leader, and just a small, sparse, basically a plankton-looking like fly. Because the majority of their diet is about that size of a food. They like a real small, sparse fly. And that's basically what we use, and we use it pretty much the entire time the sockeye are around. That's the go-to. And, they like a little bit of red in the fly and a little bit of green in the fly. If you tied a small, sparse fly with a red body and a green head, that's the deal. That's the go-to, yeah. I mean, it outfishes the spin rods. It outfishes any other type, and it's just because they like a really small bait. They eat a small bait in the ocean, so they want a really small bait when they come in the river.
What size hook are you tying on a?
Thanks, Hannah.
We're fishing them on probably like a size 4 hook. Sometimes you can get away with a size 2, but a size 4, like a just a straight eye number 4, real strong, as light a wire as you can get, but yet be real strong. Like we use gummies.
Yeah.
Our lodge is all Gamakatsu.
Wow.
You can look anywhere you want hook-wise, as long as you buy Gamakatsu.
There you go. There you go.
They're awesome.
They all work as long as they're Gamakatsu?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Jeff, after you catch your limit of sockeye to take home that delicious sockeye meat, which is some of the best salmon in the world, one of the things we did was going king salmon fishing in that July time period. Talk about that. And that was conventional fishing with a spin rod, using methodology that you adapted from your Michigan home, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. No, I remember that day, Pete, you and I, Lolly was she back at the lodge?
No, she was with us.
She was with us, but we were throwing we throw basically a crankbait on a spinning rod.
Yeah.
And get 25 to 40-pound kings to come out of the logs, out of the bottom of the holes, to chase it down and grab it, like a bass would.
Yeah.
And it's
like
and the way
40-pound kings that jump out of the water when you hook them.
Remember that flat we were on? Just hammering on them, right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was the best crankbait fishing I had all summer was with you, and it's very much it's a really cool thing because it's not heavy tackle. It's a spinning rod. It's a 3000 series reel. It's not a big reel. It's not a big rod. They're 7-foot 10-inch IMX rods, and it's really cool because you're doing the work. You're not trolling for them. You're not on downriggers. You're not on anything else. What you're doing is you're throwing literally a 3.5-inch crankbait into the hole, and watching a 40-pound fish come up and try and take it from you.
That's so cool.
It's the most dynamic fishing that I've ever seen in my life. It stems back from what we do back in Michigan, because that's how we catch our salmon and our steelhead back there when the weather permits. And I've been bringing it up to the lodge slowly, and this just 2 years ago, we finally went and outfitted our entire lodge to be able to fish the crankbaits for the kings. And do we catch more or less than any other method? Probably the same, but you're doing it. You're making the spin rod cast. You're throwing it to the bank. You're reeling it back. You're not waiting for the rod to just start bucking in a rod.
Yep.
It's a really cool thing to do.
And here's the thing, is that the next day after that was such a cool thing to do. Here, of course, when I go up there, I want to catch giant trout. That's my thing, and I want to go see the trout. And so Jeff says, well, what do you want to do today? I said, let's go back and do that king thing again.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Pete came up the first time I fished with him, he's telling me that, at the Fred Hall shows here a few years back, he said, I'm a trout guy, man. I know other people are coming up are going to want to catch salmon. But, man, we're trout. We're going to trout fish. And we did. We did a lot of that.
Yep.
But I took him down there and caught him a couple of them kings, casting them crankbaits. And the next day our plan was to go trout fishing, and it changed immediately when he caught a couple of them kings on crankbaits. And it was pretty killer.
The other thing, too, is I got tired of my wife Lolly kicking my butt in the trout.
She's a good fisher. She's good.
Caught a lot of trout, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, Steve from L.A. is here. Steve, who was a big Maui Jim winner yesterday.
Yeah.
Steve came to claim his prize today. Good morning.
Morning, Steve.
Hey, guys. Just one thing I wanted to mention about the rod building depot that they have here. They're doing a great job there. My hat's off to Bart for putting that together, and those guys are putting together a great show for those people that are interested in rod building. Even if you're not interested in rod building, come see how they're built so you can understand how your rod is built in case something happens to your rod, and you can actually do with simple materials how to repair your rod there on a boat or on a fishing trip. But everything from the beginner, they teach you how to do it with just basic tools, to the semi-professional amateur like me, that I like to call myself. But they teach you all how to do the weavings and how to do the wraps, and it's really a lot of fun, and it's just so much information being shared there. So I invite everybody to come out there.
Cool. Very good. You know what kind of Maui Jims you're going to get at the Dana Landing booth today?
I was going to go shopping.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Very good. Thanks, Steve, for that. Appreciate that. And, one of the things I wanted to point out, too, is Blue Seas Enterprises, or the Sea Deck installers, have a booth for the first time here at the Fred Hall Long Beach show. Sea Deck is amazing. Just put it on my boat. It is unbelievable. So if you own a boat, no matter whether it's a center console or a bass boat or a big boat, take a look at that Sea Deck. It is it's a game changer, right, Bart?
If you go in the sports arena, like I asked you to, you'll see a lot of boats with Sea Deck.
Sea Deck on it, yeah.
You should try. Sports arena is not far away from here.
And then go see Ken right on the corner right across from the Mammoth
Lakes.
Yeah, right across the Mammoth Lake there. That's pretty cool. And also Rick from Sport Fishing Financial on the same aisle there. Rick will talk finances and fishing with you. So many different people here at the Fred Hall show to see. It's hard to tell which one to go to first, right?
Well, the gentleman was just talking about the Wind Grip Rod Building Depot. Wind Grips are the international leaders in golf club grips, and now they're into entering the fishing market. And several centuries ago, I used to be the rep for Fuji, and then Fuji became the name that everybody wanted to know all their rods for guides, and that's what's going to be happening with these Wind Grips, and they're sponsoring this Rod Building Depot. It's really kind of fun. You need to go see it. And they're giving demonstrations all the time. Those guys are artists. They're really making some great
And where is that, Bart?
Well, if you look up, you'll see the Suzuki display engines up there. It's right up there, just past the Ram trucks, the Dodge Ram trucks.
Okay.
Right, they're looking right at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's the OEX kayaks over there.
Okay, very good. I also want to invite you to our Let's Talk Hookup booth, too. We have our great Instagram, Facebook poster that you can stick your head in with the Let's Talk Hookup logo and put it up on Instagram or Facebook. We also have that amazing, the very first Shimano reel ever built. Mike Lum owns that, and you have a chance to win an Antares reel, top-of-the-line bass reel, $600 bass reel, courtesy of Shimano there, by posting that from our booth on your Instagram or your Facebook.
Cost them nothing. That's free.
Cost them nothing.
Just do it.
And you have a chance to win that Instagram or Facebook.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what lucky guys got a pair or girl got a pair of Maui Gyms coming their way, and we're giving away a couple tickets to the Fred Hall Show in Del Mar. You stay tuned. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
It's Fred Hall show time, and Fisherman's Landing Tackle has the best selection and the hottest deals in the show. If it's Okuma you are after, look no further. Fisherman's Landing Tackle has a great selection of Okuma reels and Nomad tackle bags, large discounts on tackle bags, and free Spectra on the reels. That's Okuma and Fisherman's Landing Tackle.
38 years ago, my parents started Fastlane Sailing Center. They sold catamarans because they wanted to do what they loved and sell what they loved to do. They wanted to share their passion with others. Share the stoke. I'm Hayden Lane, and over the last 3 decades, my parents have shared that passion with thousands of people. My brother, sister, and I among them. We grew up right there at the shop in Dana Landing Marina in Mission Bay, sailing on the bay, fishing off the docks, and later off the Hobie Mirage kayaks. We grew up surrounded by the water. Our shop was filled with tools that Hobie and other brands have made to enjoy on the water. And I use them all. I mean all of them. Wouldn't you? So when you come into the shop, you're not going to hear a salesperson trying to convince you to buy something. You're going to hear us bragging about how much fun we have on these toys and telling you to do the same. We test every product out there, and we only sell the best because we want to use the best. So check out our website at FastlaneKayaking.com or get on down to the shop in Dana Landing and find your next adventure.
Fifth Avenue Insurance has a new name. It's Snap Insurance, still providing anglers and boaters with the best in boat insurance and the lowest rates. The experts at Snap Insurance will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Traveling to Mexico? Snap has you covered. You can even work with your agent to wrap your home and auto with your boat policy to save even more. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Snap Insurance, 800-527-6617 or snapins.com. That's SNAPPINS.com.
This is Captain Art Taylor. I'd like to invite you aboard Searcher for your next fishing vacation. Enjoy our air-conditioned cabins and galley, new improved bait tank, RSW system to preserve your catch, delicious food prepared by chefs Charlie and Dan, and a fantastic crew. Our 2017 schedule is available now. Book your reservation online at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090 for the last morning live at the Hyatt Regency. Want to say a big congratulations to Ben in Carlsbad. You're going to the Del Mar show with a couple of free tickets.
Woo, man. Congratulations, Ben. Appreciate that very much, calling on there. And thank you all. What a great panel. Jeff Top, all the way from Katmai Lodge. Thanks. I can't wait to come back up to Katmai. And I know our trip this year is sold out, but you have some deals here at the Fred Hall Show for people to come to Katmai, right?
Yeah, you know, Pete, when you guys brought that group up there, you guys got some fishy people around here, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good kind of fishy way, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we put together a deal for the Fred Hall Show where if you have a group of 3 people that like to come and fish, the third person comes up for half price.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
And you can do it any way you want. If you want to bring a friend, that maybe would be like the trip of a lifetime for them and give them that option. Or, you know, if you're going to put 3 guys together, you know, take the discount and dive it up.
Yeah.
You know, divvy it up. And that way you save yourself a fair chunk off of every trip.
So that's any available space in 2017?
Yep, and that's good till the 1st of June.
Wow, okay. And you'll be in Del Mar too, right?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
And, you know, we'll be down there as well. And, you know, it's a deal where we fish 3 real easy out of the boat, 3 guys together, 3 buddies, you know, and a good one too is like a father and a couple sons.
Yeah.
You know,
very nice.
You know, grandkids, all that kind of stuff. It just makes it more affordable for 3 good friends to come up and go fishing. And there's no there's no only certain time of the year thing. You know, it's
just do it.
Book it and let's go. Let's go fishing.
And how do we get a hold of you at the Katmai?
Well, we got our 800 number. It's 1-800-330-0326. We've got our website at katmai.com. Those are probably our two best ways to get a hold of us. The 800 number, there's somebody on that phone 24 hours a day. So
Great,
call
Jeff.
anytime.
Thanks very much. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, guys.
Josh from Mammoth Lakes, how do we get to Mammoth? We want to come to Mammoth.
Well, it's just a quick little 5.5-hour drive here from L.A. area.
Yeah.
Not far at all.
Or
in fact,
you
I can
can
do
fly,
it
right?
Or you can fly, out of Burbank, flying through Jet Suite. You can fly out of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco as well.
Wow. And great website.
Yep,
right?
Visit mammoth.com. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and it's all Visit Mammoth. We're looking at an incredible winter so far, and that should just lead right into an incredible summer in the area.
Oh, heck yeah.
Lots of
sure.
water. Lots of water. No
doubt.
shortage. Talk last year was, do we have enough? And I think this year is we have more than enough.
More than enough. No doubt. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Wayne from CCA, how do we join CCA?
Come to the booth outside and take the show special, or you can go to our website, ccacalifornia.org. Like us on Facebook to see what's going on.
Fantastic. Bart Hall, last day, Long Beach. Give us the details.
Well, I'm looking at my grandson Hunter coming down this thing there, and
hey, Hunter,
reminding me of the trip we took on the Liberty. You know, the new boat out of Fisherman's Landing, and he caught some big bonita. But his favorite thing was he got to take 2 showers on that boat.
Yeah,
which was really cool. And my granddaughter Hannah's here, and she loves pheasant hunting. It's hello, Hunter. Thank you. Pheasant hunting up at Sean Ponzo's place at Lone Pine Pheasant Club. So anyway, there's lots to see and do. There's more boats. It's California's largest boat show, the world's largest fishing show. We have a great hunting section here as well. There's free dive. You can go put
scuba diving.
You can put on a dry suit, step in the pool, take a scuba lesson, get out, dry off your hair, step out, your clothes are dry, and so much to do. The end. We had 400 seminars over 5 days. I don't know how many are left today, but a whole bunch. A lot. Too much.
Just come out. What time does it start?
Well, we start at 10 and we close at 7, so it's still a very nice day. Yeah. It's the second best day to come.
Yeah, and you don't want to be outside today, so come right here.
Well, it's going to rain. You don't be out there. Come here.
Come here.
Come inside. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's plenty of outdoor activities, too, if you want to be outdoors.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And good food out there. Covik Lake has
really good.
up the pulled pork and the wild boar. Yeah.
Great show. Thanks for hosting us here at the Hyatt Regency Bart. We sure appreciate that. And to the hotel staff here, we thank them very much. Thanks to James here. RC Production does a fantastic job for him. Give him a hand. These guys does a fantastic job here. And, of course, back in the Mighty 1090 studios, we have our buddy Adam and then our staff here, too, who helps me out in the booth here. And join us next Saturday and Sunday. We'll be back in the Mighty 1090 studios. Captain Brian Sims from the Royal Star will be in there with us. And then next Sunday, Captain Ryan Bastian, Mr. Yellowtail himself from the San Diego. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for all of you for coming out today. And we'll see you in the show today and next week right back here on the Mighty 1090.